Have you ever wondered how different our world might be if certain historical battles had different outcomes? History is a fascinating tapestry woven with threads of countless events. Central to this tapestry are the battles that have shaped the course of nations, indeed, the world itself. From the dusty plains of Marathon to the icy landscapes of Stalingrad, these clashes of power and ideology have left indelible marks on our collective history. Today we delve into the heart of 10 such battles: Marathon, Hastings, Vienna, Saratoga, Waterloo, Gettysburg, Stalingrad, Midway, Dien Bien Phu, each with its own unique narrative and profound impact. These battles, fought across different continents and centuries, have decisively altered the trajectory of history. They've shaped cultures, redrawn maps, and redefined power structures, setting the stage for the world we live in today. So, buckle up as we journey through time, exploring battles that decisively altered history's path. Our first stop is ancient Greece at the Battle of Marathon in 490 BC. This wasn't just any old skirmish, it was a clash of cultures, a dance of death between the mighty Persian Empire and the fledgling city-state of Athens. The Persians, with their vast armies and thirst for expansion, were the Goliath to Athens' David. Yet against all odds, the Athenians won. This victory was more than just a military triumph. It was a beacon of hope for Greek culture and democracy. By holding their ground against the Persian onslaught, the Athenians ensured that their way of life, their philosophies, their art, their politics could continue to flourish. Had the Persians been victorious, who knows how different our world might be today? So, the Battle of Marathon wasn't just a battle. It was a stand against tyranny, a testament to the power of unity and determination. The Athenian triumph at Marathon marked a pivotal moment in Western civilization. Next, we travel to 1066 AD for the Battle of Hastings. A pivotal turning point in history, this battle saw William, the Duke of Normandy, take on the English King Harold. The stage was set for a clash between two mighty forces, each with their own claim to the English throne. King Harold, however, was at a disadvantage. His forces were weary from fighting off a Viking invasion in the north, and now they had to face the fresh and determined Norman troops. The battle was fierce, but the tide turned when King Harold was slain, a moment that sealed England's fate. The aftermath of the battle was transformative. William, now known as the Conqueror, established Norman rule in England. This not only shifted the balance of power, but also brought profound cultural and linguistic changes. The English language, as we know it today, was heavily influenced by this Norman infusion. With the Norman victory, England's trajectory changed forever. Fast forward to 1683, we arrive at the Battle of Vienna. This intense confrontation comes alive as the mighty Ottoman Empire lays siege to Vienna, the heart of the Holy Roman Empire. The Ottoman forces, led by Grand Vizier Kara Mustafa, outnumbered the Viennese defenders by a significant margin. Yet the city held on, refusing to yield. Despite the odds, the tide of the battle dramatically turned with the arrival of the Holy League, a coalition of Polish, Austrian, and German troops. The Holy League, under the command of King Jan III Sobieski of Poland, launched a decisive counterattack, breaking the Ottoman lines and lifting the siege. The victory not only saved Vienna, but also halted the Ottoman Empire's expansion into Europe. This battle was more than just a military confrontation. It was a clash of cultures, a test of resilience, and a defining moment in European history. The Battle of Vienna marked a turning point in the Ottoman Empire's fortunes. Now we cross the Atlantic to 1777's Battle of Saratoga. Here, the underdog American forces faced off against the mighty British in a series of conflicts that would become a decisive turning point in the Revolutionary War. The American victory in Saratoga didn't just boost morale at home, it also caught the attention of France, a long-standing rival of Britain. France's involvement was a game-changer. The French provided much-needed support, including military aid and financial resources. The tide began to turn. The Battle of Saratoga signaled to the world that the American colonies were capable of defeating a global superpower, and it gave the French the confidence to officially enter the war on the American side. This Franco-American alliance was instrumental in tilting the balance of power, leading to the eventual American victory and independence. The Battle of Saratoga, therefore, was not just a military triumph but a diplomatic success as well. Saratoga indeed was the turning point of America's Revolutionary War. Moving forward to 1815, we reach the Battle of Waterloo. A pivotal moment in European history, this battle saw the famed and formidable Napoleon Bonaparte face a decisive defeat that would mark the end of his reign as French Emperor. Commanding the French army, Napoleon was up against the combined forces of the British, Dutch and Prussians. The day was fraught with strategic errors and misjudgments on Napoleon's part, leading to a crushing loss that sent shockwaves across Europe. This defeat not only concluded Napoleon's rule, but also marked the end of the period of French hegemony in continental Europe. The Battle of Waterloo ushered in a long period of peace in Europe known as the Pax Britannica, with Britain emerging as the dominant global power. This era was characterized by economic growth, technological advancements, and significantly, a shift in the balance of power. Waterloo marked the end of the Napoleonic era and the beginning of a new European order. Now we return to America for the 1863 Battle of Gettysburg. This three-day clash in the small town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, was a pivotal moment in the American Civil War. Two colossal armies, the Confederates under General Robert E. Lee and the Union forces led by General George G. Meade, locked horns in a fierce and bloody confrontation. Outnumbered, the Union soldiers held their ground and turned the tide of the battle on the third day, dealing a crushing blow to the Confederates. The Union's victory at Gettysburg marked a significant turning point in the war. It not only boosted the morale of the Union troops, but also signaled an impending end to the Confederacy's hopes of independence. The Battle of Gettysburg played a crucial role in preserving the United States as one nation and hastening the end of slavery. It was a testament to the strength of unity and the human longing for freedom. Gettysburg was a turning point, setting the stage for the Union's ultimate victory. Our next stop is the brutal Battle of Stalingrad in 1942-43. This was not just a battle, but the largest confrontation in the history of World War II. It was a clash of titanic proportions, where the Soviet Union and the Axis powers locked horns for control of Stalingrad. The battle was marked by its ferocity, with the city's ruins providing a grim backdrop to a deadly game of cat and mouse. It was a harsh winter, with temperatures plummeting to 30 below zero. Despite this, the Red Army held on, displaying an unwavering resilience that would ultimately lead to victory. This victory was not just a military success, but a psychological one. It signaled a shift in momentum against the Axis powers. The invincibility of the German war machine was shattered, instilling a renewed sense of hope amongst the Allies. Stalingrad marked a significant turning point in the Second World War. Now we head to the Pacific for the 1942 Battle of Midway. In the midst of World War II, a naval encounter unfolded that would leave an indelible mark on the course of the war. The Battle of Midway was a four-day skirmish, a grueling contest of wills between the United States and Japan. The immense Pacific waters teemed with the forces of both nations, their vessels locked in a deadly dance. The American forces, despite being outnumbered, were able to outmaneuver and outfight the Japanese Navy. This American victory was a significant blow to Japan's naval prowess and marked a turning point in the Pacific War. The Battle of Midway demonstrated the importance of intelligence, strategy, and determination. It shattered the myth of Japanese invincibility, and it boosted the morale of the American forces, giving them the confidence to push forward in the Pacific. Midway was the battle that turned the tide in the Pacific. Lastly, we arrive in Vietnam for the 1954 Battle of Dien Bien Phu. Here, the French forces, confident and resolute, faced the Viet Minh, led by General Von Nguyen Giap. The French, aiming to draw out the Viet Minh in a set-piece battle, were met with unexpected tenacity and superior tactics. After a grueling siege lasting 56 days, the French were defeated, signaling a seismic shift in the regional power dynamics. This battle didn't merely mark the end of French Indochina. It was a stinging rejection of colonial rule that echoed around the world. However, the void left by the French soon drew the attention of other powers. The United States, in a bid to stem the tide of communism, began its deep and costly involvement in Vietnam, setting the stage for a new and even more devastating conflict. Dien Bien Phu marked the end of one colonial era and the beginning of another conflict. As we've seen, battles can drastically alter the course of history. Take the Battle of Marathon, for instance, a pivotal moment that cemented the resilience of Greek civilization. Then there's the Battle of Hastings, where the Norman conquest dramatically reshaped England's future. The Battle of Vienna marked the end of Ottoman expansion in Europe, setting the stage for the rise of Western powers. The Battle of Saratoga was a turning point in the American War of Independence, while Waterloo finally curbed Napoleon's ambitions, changing the face of Europe. The Battle of Gettysburg, arguably the most significant battle in the American Civil War, set the course for the abolition of slavery. Fast forward to the 20th century, and we find the battles of Stalingrad and Midway instrumental in turning the tide of World War II. Lastly, Dien Bien Phu marked the downfall of French colonial rule in Indochina. Imagine how different the world might be if these battles had different outcomes. History, it seems, often hinges on the outcomes of these decisive battles. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through history, exploring the decisive battles that have shaped our world. If you found this video informative and enlightening, please give it a thumbs up. Your likes help us reach out to more history enthusiasts like you. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and bell icon to stay updated on our latest content. We delve into various fascinating topics from history to science, culture, and more. Thank you for your time and for joining us on this historical journey. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, keep questioning. Until next time.